The death toll from the California mudslides is rising as search and rescue crews race against time to find survivors in the rubble. Hundreds of emergency responders are searching for victims right now, breaking through roofs and sifting through mud. There are 17 confirmed dead and another 17 that remain missing. 12 people are in the hospital, 4 of them in critical condition.
We have learned the names of 2 of the victims so far, realtor Rebecca Riskin and Catholic school founder Roy Rotter. In some parts, nearly an inch of rain fell in 15 minutes, leading to the massive mudslides. In Burbank, new video shows a car careening down a windy road at the same pace as the water and the mud. Our Carter Evans is in Montecito, where hopes of finding more survivors are dimming.
The debris field from the deadly Montecito mudslides covers 30 square miles. Search dogs are assisting in the ongoing rescue effort, but for responders, time is running out. Friends and family members are joining in the search as well.
Josie Gower, she's missing.
Hayden Gower is desperately trying to find his mom, Josie.
We're just gonna go down the creek and see what we can find.
He says she was swept away, clinging to her home's back door. Her boyfriend survived.
He hanged on there for 6 hours until they rescued him in the morning, calling out her name all night long.
Her bedroom's upstairs. If she just would have stayed upstairs.
The mudslides destroyed at least 100 homes, damaged 300 more, mangled cars, and downed power lines. Even seasoned rescue teams are shocked by the magnitude of the destruction.
We don't see this. I mean, it is complete devastation. Multiple homes that are completely destroyed. And still, we have a lot of people that are unaccounted for.
Oh my God, Mom!
Marco Farrell's cell phone video captures the moment the powerful wave of mud and debris roared downhill.
I basically ran for my life. I ran as fast as I could, made it back to my house within about 30 seconds of the front of the flash flood hitting.
And it hit within a matter of minutes, leaving many with no time to escape.
As you can imagine, most of the injuries that we saw from this event were related to fast-moving debris, as you can't even fathom what these poor patients went through to finally make their way into the emergency department.
And Carter Evans joins us now from Montecito. Carter, I think seeing that video of the mudslide as the car is racing away from it finally drives home for those of us on the East Coast who are not that familiar with what something like this can look like, because I think a lot of people imagine mudslides as slow moving, right? And not what we saw in that video.
And even in that video, because it's moving so fast, I think it almost looks like it's more sort of liquid and fluid than it actually is. We're talking about boulders and mud and really thick stuff, right, Carter?
I'm so glad you guys brought that up, because the pictures don't do it justice, and I've been trying to think of a way to show people how bad this was. That video gives you an idea. Now multiply that times 100, and you've got what happened here. All right? This home has been checked out. It survived. Others, there are foundations here with no indication that a home was there other than the foundation. It was obliterated by these rocks. Now, these I would call rocks. There's a couple of boulders here. This is a boulder. Let me get up by this one so you can tell how large it is.
Wow.
This is a small one.
Whoa.
This is a small one. In front of this home, on the other side here, we couldn't show it at the dark earlier, there is a field of boulders, all of them at least this big. Some of the boulders that I've seen are as large as small cars. So imagine it. It's 4 in the morning. You're sound asleep. You hear rumbling. You wake up. You don't know what's going on. And then, bam, your home gets hit by this wall of mud, these boulders, and in some cases, it blasts right through the wall. The next thing you know, you're in your home in the dark. If you've got kids, as in one home down there, I was talking to the neighbors. They said the family was running through the water in the home trying to get their kids. I mean, you're trying to keep from drowning inside your home. And the water is moving around at that time, too, at that speed. I can barely walk through some of this muck now. It's hard to imagine how people got out when it was actually occurring.
So if you can barely walk through it now, we know that there are people who are missing. There are rescuers out there. There are other groups of people having to clean up the mess. What's the priority here? In order to rescue people, you have to get through this muck, but then you have to clean up the muck so you can get through faster.
So what they did is they're doing multiple sweeps. And let's pan the camera to the right quickly. They're going through areas like this first, where they might find a victim trapped in the debris. That's where they might find someone who is still alive, although the chances of that are dwindling by the hour. And then when they come back by for a second sweep, that's when you'll see them with these poles walking around. We saw people walking inside homes yesterday that were filled with mud up to their waist, and these were firefighters, and they were with poles, and they were just doing this, feeling for something different on the ground, like they would as if you were searching for an avalanche victim. And that's what they're doing inside these people's homes and around them too. And it's not just the people in the homes that they're looking for. It's people who were carried from upstream downstream. I talked to some workers yesterday who said they found a body in someone's front yard, and we know that it was not the homeowner.
Carter, I'm really curious about this. I look at the debris and the muck, and I think if anyone is swallowed up by that, there's no way they could survive. Can people survive underneath all of that for a period of time? I mean, is there hope that somebody may be missing and may actually be alive under there?
I think in some cases someone could be trapped under some of this debris in a crawl space or in a small area, or maybe underneath a large piece of wood or part of a roof of a home. We saw part of a roof of a home in a tree the other day. So yes, someone could survive in that sort of situation, but in this thick, soupy mud, that's definitely not possible.
Right. Carter Evans in Montecito. Thanks a lot, Carter.